Welcome student. Now we are starting scope of variables. This is a very important chapter and user defined function. We know that what is variable. To hold any value we need a variable. It can be integer type, string type, float type, long type, double type. But the situation is that where we use this variable so that its boundary can be defined. That is why we use the term scope of variables. Let us see with an example which also use the user defined function. After this chapter, I will discuss user defined functions, but right now it is important to use the user defined function here also. Suppose this is the skeleton of our program. We know that it is the hash include stdio.h for input output functions like printf, scanf function, string.h, this is for functions like strlen, strcopy, strcompare. So these type of functions which is related to a string are inside the string.h. H for header files. Here you can see that I use int I equals to 10. It is the global variable. It is the global variable because it is outer of main function. Come to main. Here I am also using int I same. There is no problem. Int I equals to 5. It is a local variable. And I am giving the printf statement I value is in main function %d. %d is for format specify /n for escape sequence character and comma I. So you can see there it will display 5. Why 5? Because it checks for the local variable first. It checked there I equals to well, it works for the display the value 5. But if we are not using this statement, it will show you 10, not the 5, because I'm not using I. So I equals to 5 is a local and I equals to 10 outside the main is a global, and it also works inside the main. That is why we name it the global variable. Now you can understand what is scope, why we are using. Now it is going to be clear now, and how we approach as well as I am defining it. Next statement is caller. Caller is a user defined function. What is function? Function are used for to do something. We don't use the repetitive work. We simply give a body of the statement and call it whenever we need it. So it concises your program. In next chapter we more discuss on this user defined function. But here I can simply say what is the why we are using user scope of variables for the main function, for globally or user defined function. Here you can see that I'm using the calling statement. This is the calling statement. Return 0 means the return value 0 because I am defined using int main. Main is also a function. That is why we have a return statement here. Here is the body of the caller statement. void caller. Void means it's returning nothing. Inside the body of function, we are writing here printf I value in caller function %d/n_I. What will it display? You can understand that it will also display the value 10. Why? Because it is the global. So sometime if we need a variable globally defined, so it works for all the function, we can take the help of the putting it outside the main function. And if we are using inside here, suppose here I also use the int I equals to 100, then it will display the 100, not the 10. So you can see here in the way I am using I equals to 0 and 10. Here I am using I5, and here I am using 10. So local variables are this and this, and global variables are this is this. So students, in this way I am using the scope of variables. It's an important part. Next chapter we discuss on user defined function. Now we are going more advanced for the topic of C. So please do exercises. I am not giving you a screen computer practical programs. So I am clearing your concepts here, because in this approach I'm using next chapters. We also define the pointers, because pointers very important. But it is important also that you should know this types of statements, which also helpful in the advanced part of the C. Thank you.